the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Hey y'all. It's, June the 9th, I believe. I may not even be on the internet right now, but I might be. I might be, and if I am, alright, potentially I'm talking to y'all out there. All around the world, upon the internet. Might just be here talking to myself. I'm on a new program. Tell me, I had an app on my phone. I don't know how it works. I had an app on my phone told me that it could live stream, and I was wondering how good of a live stream that it could do. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out all the technicals about it. It's like DU recorder. That's what I'm on right now, and I assume that you're getting a screenshot of what I'm looking at. Alright. And that this might be going out onto the internet. I'm not sure. Alright, but anyways, I'm looking at my subscription feed, and I guess show me different things that I might be interested in. I'm kind of interested in this one. This one's really funny. I find this to be really funny. You can see all sort of people in videos calling Bill Clinton a rapist. All sort of people, and that shirt right there, that's a meme right there. And then of course there's Rose McGowan, Pockets of the Future, Paul Romano's talking about her, and I guess he's also talking about Anthony Bourdain. He was a fella who I didn't know who the guy was, but it sounds sad, or I don't know who he is. A lot of people don't buy into the official narrative. We got Ocean's 8, an all-female failure, and we're not going to get into it. Obviously, that movie was going to flop. But what we were wanting to talk about right now, I guess, if we are live streaming, what I wanted to talk to y'all about real briefly, and then we'll cut off the stream. So I want to talk to y'all about Donald Trump and the fact that he's winning all over the place. All right. The thing is, there's people who hate on Donald. Alright, and around here on this channel, we don't trust anybody. Like, really, we want the truth and nothing but the truth, no matter who it comes from. We don't trust anybody 100% necessarily. But I want to talk about Donald Trump and how he seems to be balling all over people and stuff, man. Like, I don't know if this is going to play loud. I don't want to play it. This is an interview. This is a video that I was watching earlier. Kim Kardashian. Oh, whoop, nope. See, I cut to the end. The interview was with Kim Kardashian. Alright. And this boy named Van Jones, who I see Van Jones around here and there. He does some stuff. He's, I guess, a contributor to Anderson Cooper on his show a lot. Alright, so Anderson Cooper has a show. I don't know who watches it, but it's on CNN, right? And he was covering the fact is Kim Kardashian, and you're seeing it on the screen. You've seen it before, probably. Kim Kardashian, she went ahead and met with Donald. She met with the Donald. She talked to him about this lady named Alice Marie Johnson. She said, you know what, she's in jail, but probably shouldn't be there. It's a really good lady, needs to come home. So she had a meeting with Donald. Said, hey, listen, my homegirl needs to come home, man. She's learned her lesson. She needs to be pardoned. Donald Trump, he unleashed that pardon on her. Now you're watching Van Jones. He's talking to Anderson Cooper, who looks very upset. He looks constipated or something. Something's wrong with him. Anderson Cooper is very, very upset right now, as it looks. All right, he's talking to Van Jones. Van Jones is like, oh man, basically Van Jones talking about, Donald Trump, he met with Kim, this and that. They chopped it up. They got this lady free from prison. So here's Van Jones. He's talking to Kim Kardashian. He's asking her what the heck went on. And then Kim Kardashian was like, basically, what I just said. Met up with Donald Trump. Took about 6-7 months. Hollered at his daughter. Said, hey, listen, I want to meet with your dad. She set it up. Took about 6-7 months. She met with Donald about this lady, Alice Marie Johnson. Says she needs to be pardoned. Says real urgent. It's real necessary. Donald Trump, he went ahead and looked into it. He looked into it. He said, you know what? I looked into it. She does need to get pardoned. She's gonna go home, right? On Donald J. Trump. And then she did that. The lady went home. And I know you probably caught the clips. You probably seen them before. Of the lady, she's overjoyed, right? Tears bursting up out her face. Tears bursting up out her family's face. She's running to go hug him in the free world for the first time for many years. For many, many years. Right? It is wonderful. It's heartwarming. You can see they're having a conversation about it right there. And it looks heartwarming. You see the picture. Everybody's all smiles. Everything's all shiny and glossy. Looks good. So they're talking about it by the fireplace right there. And Van Jones, he's like, oh, I can't even believe it. It's hardly even believable. And Kim Kardashian's like, yes, I know it. I couldn't hardly believe it either. So they're sitting together, and they can't hardly help but to be just beaming about this whole situation. Everybody is just so happy. Now you can't hear it. I'm sure you've seen the clip, or you might go ahead and go see it. It's on CNN. It's very, very popular. Very popular channel. And so they're talking about it, and then they're talking about how good it is. And then Van Jones, he turns to Ken and he says, listen, I gotta ask you this. Do you think you got used? We all know that Donald Trump is up to no good. He doesn't have no good intention. You think he maybe just got used? Alright? Maybe got played, Kim Kardashian. He says that at the end of their little interview and stuff, man. Let me see if I can turn it up, what they're saying.
That she has done her time, has been such a model person in prison. She's never had any,
He's talking about Alice Marie Johnson and what they were talking about
behavior,
at the meeting with Donald Trump.
Impossible in prison, by the way.
Right.
Yeah,
Van Jones hasn't already asked
she,
yet, but basically he's going to. He's about to. He's like, hey, Kim Kardashian, I know that you won. I know you got exactly what you wanted. I know Alice Marie Johnson, she got free and everything. She got exactly what she wanted. She was praising the Lord in front of everybody. Right? But Van Jones asked the tough questions, and he said, don't you feel like you got played? Kim Kardashian, don't you think it's all for publicity? Then he was just getting some street cred off of you, Kim K. And then she was like, what? What are you talking about? Because I got what I wanted. Alice Marie, she got what she wanted, and everybody wins. And I don't even understand. How do you see? The thing is, they want to make it a situation where Donald Trump, he's doing all these things, even though he's a terrible individual, and all he wants is bad stuff for everybody, and he wants to win and win at the destruction of everybody in the world, especially in America. Right? So they try to make it a bad thing, and they really can't. See, Kim Kardashian, she's kind of dumbfounded. She can't even hardly answer the question. She's like, that's a stupid question. I don't even know how basically to answer that. How did I get played if I got what I wanted? And then Anderson Cooper's like, oh man, yeah, this might all be good stuff. This might be all good stuff that Donald Trump did, but I'm still angry about it. Didn't Donald Trump, isn't he an asshole? Basically, look at him. Look at him. Can you look more angry? I mean, what's wrong with your face, Anderson Cooper? You need to put on a different face. You go to work. So angry, alright? and he's asking Van Jones. He's like, I know he did something good, but isn't he a bad person still? And Van Jones, you could tell he's a little bit perturbed by it, but he still has to toe the CNN line. Van Jones, he was like, this is a good thing, and what Donald Trump's a good thing. What he did was really good, and Kim Kardashian, it was really good what she did, and everybody they were doing good things, but still Donald Trump's still a bad person, right? And Van Jones is like, yeah, he's still a bad person. And then Anderson Cooper's like, well, it's obvious that he's a bad person. It's obvious that no matter what he does, he's still a bad person. Because he did things back in the past that were bad. We didn't like him. Maybe he said something that was wrong. And so we're never ever going to let it go. See, this is a video. If you were to go see it, Anderson Cooper, right about now, he starts having enough of Van Jones. He's like, you shut your mouth, Van Jones. What are you, on the Trump train? You just keep saying good things about Trump and we can't have it on CNN. So he's about to cut him off, and he's about to interview someone you probably, more likely, especially if you're young, you never heard of. He's about to have an exclusive CNN interview with some guy by the name of Raymond Santana from the Central Park Five, and I'm sure this was a very popular story back when it was happening. He says, man, you know what? Donald Trump, he snubbed Raymond Santana of the Central Park Five. He snubbed him about 30 years ago. And so Donald Trump's a bad, bad person. All right. You see Raymond Santana, he's got a tweet up there. He said, man, he's like, shout out Kim Kardashian for breaking Alice Johnson up out of jail. I appreciate that you did that, and it's good because she deserved to get up out of jail. And he tweeted at Kim Kardashian. This is a person who, I don't know, man. I'm going to Google it. I'd never heard of this guy. What is he doing these days? He's not a popular person. He's not a celebrity, I'll tell you that. Raymond Santana, he's getting interviewed. That's him right there. He's getting interviewed by Anderson Cooper on CNN. And the thing is, Anderson Cooper, he's like, hey, Raymond, didn't Donald Trump say something bad about you about 30 years ago? And Raymond's like, yeah, he did. And he's like, well, doesn't that make everything that Donald Trump does today still bad? And Raymond's like, well, yeah, even if he does good stuff, it's still bad, and I don't really trust him because he needs to do more good stuff. It doesn't matter that he does good stuff and that he's popular and he keeps doing more good stuff. We still don't trust him. You look at Anderson Cooper's eyes right now. Those are the eyes of someone who he doesn't have no trust for a Donald Trump. Not only that, he doesn't have no love for Donald Trump. Not only that, he wants to get to the bottom of a Donald Trump. It doesn't matter if you see Donald Trump petting puppies and giving everybody $100 bills down the street. Nothing that Donald Trump could ever do would ever. I don't care if Anderson Cooper went to jail and Donald Trump pardoned him. Anderson Cooper would be on the air on CNN just an hour later talking about, well, Donald, he just did that for publicity. Anderson Cooper himself could get pardoned by Donald Trump, and he would still have that face on his face. He would come to work as though he's extremely, like he really, really is constipated. That's what it looks like. That's just what it looks like. So he can't stop and he won't stop. The reason that I guess we're doing the live stream today, right now, it's real brief. It's just to point it out. It's over the top. All right, I don't care if everybody's bursting into tears of joy. You got people being reunited with their loved ones. You got Kim Kardashian getting what she wants. She's winning. You got Kanye. He's winning. He's got like the #1 album right now. I've heard it before. It's only 7 songs, but dang, he's got that live stream all sold up. He's winning. Donald Trump's winning. It seems as though America's winning. For some reason, it seems as though in my personal life, I'm winning. I don't know if it has anything to do with each other, but all sort of people winning. And yet and still you got an Anderson Cooper, and he's angry. Like, he can't even crack a smile this entire time. It's been about 10, 11 minutes. Anderson Cooper still can't crack a smile. All right? He's talking about Donald Trump and what Donald Trump said about approximately 30 years ago. Can't stop, you won't stop. Y'all, I want to show you because it's an example, and surely there'll be more examples. But what it is a new plateau, basically. It's a new level. It's unprecedented. Donald Trump, basically what he did is he slam dunked on fools just right now. He's actually been slam dunking on people and throwing up easy layups and you know what I'm saying, field goals and stuff of this nature. Now he did a slam dunk, like a gorilla style dunk, or maybe even a Michael Jordan style type dunk, all over his haters, basically. That's the thing about it. If you were to imagine in basketball form what Donald Trump did to all of his haters right now, basically what he did is he ran up to the foul line, right? And he jumped up in the air. He glided almost like Clyde Drexler. He glided across his haters, across the key, all the way to the hoop, and super slam dunked all over everybody's faces. It was, if you can imagine, it's like Donald Trump. What he did is he jumped up into the air, well above everybody's head. He even accidentally swiped his nutsack across his hater's forehead. You know, just like he posterized his haters. He's balling all over them. Superman dunked on him. All right. After Superman dunking on him, what he does is he goes and he gets the ball and he graciously throws it back to his haters. All right. He didn't even have to. He could have took the ball after his Superman dunk. He could have took the ball. He could have took the ball with him and just went home. And who cares? And who cares? Because he's balling all over everybody, right? So, but instead he throws the balls. He throws the ball back to his haters. All right, and he's got a lot of them. He's got more than most. All right, he threw the ball back into the court of the haters. He said, "Listen, if y'all had somebody to pardon, you understand that I'm throwing out pardons here. Y'all feel like someone was done wrong. You feel like it's police brutality. You feel like there's people with dark skin all up in prisons. You want to get them out. Well, you know what? Come holler at me then, because that's what I'm doing over here." All right, and meanwhile, see, what you're gonna notice, it's gonna be quite easy to notice it, is they ain't gonna have a mumbling word to say. Not a mumbling word. He said, "Give me some names. I need to hear some names. If people need to get up out of so throwing out pardons. Kim Kardashian will tell you about it. You just need to come with some names. Ain't nobody gonna come with names. All right, none of y'all's, I mean, not y'all's, but none of these NFL players or NBA players or anything like that talking about this and that and injustice. They don't have no names, all right? They're too lazy to have some names. So Donald Trump is big balling all over all their faces. They're still looking mad, all right? To the point where they could just let it go and realize, you know what? Whoever's a president doesn't really affect their life anyways, as far as being NBA stars, as far as being millionaires and NFL stars and stuff. Maybe they could stop tripping about the president because they have so many millions of dollars. Donald Trump, he said, man, you know what? Maybe y'all could say a mumbling word. Maybe y'all could give me a name, and realize that they're not going to give him nothing because they don't have anything, and they never did. And the thing is, they're going to stay hateful. They're going to continue to nurture their own hate and fester in their own hate. And that's what I'm realizing at this point, you know? I mean, I can't say if Donald Trump's a good person or bad person. It's hard to say about people. You know, they're good people and bad people. Here's what I can tell you. It's facts. Donald Trump wins, all right? And that's facts. Irregardless. So Donald Trump wins all the time. He's been consistently winning and winning and winning, it seems like, for years. And it seems like they can't stop him and they won't stop him, is what it seems like, without killing him. All right? Donald Trump's been winning and winning and winning. Not only that, he's been showing us how we can win and stuff like that. He's been just parading all sort of victory and winning all over everybody, just as much as it can do. Now, nobody's perfect, right? So there's no way that the president could get up there and make everything and create heaven on earth. It's not going to happen, right? But Donald Trump is sprinkling winning on top of everybody like pixie dust. And you got people like Anderson Cooper, and you look into his eyes. You realize that Anderson Cooper is like the Terminator for a Donald Trump. All right, Anderson Cooper couldn't be bothered, by any sort of pedophile ring scandals and stuff in the UK, and even here in America. He couldn't be bothered with that. All he wants to know is, what did Donald Trump do today, and how can I be mad at it? How can I be mad, regardless of what it is? How can I be mad at Donald Trump today? It's his job. That is his job. And that is his life. And see, Anderson Cooper is just like a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people who, honestly, it's like, dude, at this point, you can't tell me nothing. I'm like a Kanye song. You really can't tell me nothing, because you're not going to give me results. You're not going to give me an effort. You're not going to show me anything. All you're going to say is Donald Trump's a bad person. And even when he does incredibly good things, he's still a bad person, because he only did those incredibly good things in order to get across his evil agenda. That's what people are going to say at this point. And at this point, I just can't help it. Donald Trump has done too much, right? I mean, if it was a Hillary Clinton, you know what I'm saying? You already understand we would have been kind of balls deep up in a World War III. We would have definitely had some sort of conflict with Russia at this point. But however, Donald Trump, he's up in there, and he's apparently handling business all over the place and stuff like that. I can't help but notice that. I can't help that there's not a thing that he could ever do to prove that he's not racist, homophobic, Islamophobic, and whatever phobics that they want to throw at him. There is nothing that he could do. This is the situation that we're looking at. And at the same time, he's winning. He's been winning for years. He does not take L's. He takes no L's. All right? And not only that, he's winning and sharing the winning with others. There's people out there, to include an Anderson Cooper, who's so hateful in their hearts that they would rather hate Donald Trump than win with Donald Trump. Even Van Jones was like, dude, man, what Donald Trump did was awesome, and I just hope he continues to do awesome things. And Anderson Cooper had that crazy old look on his face, that face that you're seeing right there. That's the face that he had on his face. And it's going to be glued to his face. That face is going to be glued to his face just so long as Donald Trump is bawling all over him. And you know what I'm saying? Anderson Cooper he could turn it all around. He could say, Donald Trump, I can't help it. Donald Trump's just going to win. And he's been winning. I might as well jump on the train and ask him for something. No. Anderson Cooper, he doesn't have any causes to fight for. He doesn't know no innocent people in jail that he would speak up for. Instead, Anderson Cooper, you figure he's a newsman, right? He ought to know 10 different people in jail right now just that are on bogus charges and stuff like that, shouldn't be in jail. But instead of Anderson Cooper going to talk to Donald Trump like an adult male and say, look, Donald, there's some people out there that were done wrong, instead he's just going to talk about his festering, boiling over hatred for Donald Trump. And that's how it is, and that's how it's going to go until the bitter end. All right, and that's just how they like it and stuff, man. They're in this to the end. All right, they can't stop, they won't stop. And you know what, I think I'm tired of looking at it, and it's been blowing my mind. And as much as I'm my own person, personally, I just can't. He's done too much. Donald's done too much, and he's won too much. I'm on the Donald train. Been on the Donald train, man. I can't help it. All right, y'all are forcing me onto the Donald train. You're forcing me on there simply with your hatred. All right, and thing is, you can't even help it. You can't even help but force me onto that train. All right, and now I'm on the train, and it's this express train, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it